Going back on the record, the time is 11:49 a.m.
So when we were talking earlier about different events, in-person events that LuLaRoe holds for retailers, you mentioned that the retailers always like it, or it's well received when the family attends. And you mentioned Jordan specifically as being well received at the events. Do you encourage your family to attend?
Yes.
And is that the family who works for LuLaRoe?
It's not just the family. I think it's important that anybody that's in the home office goes to these events. They like Jordan because he's fun. He's funny.
And have you encouraged Jordan to attend events?
Yeah, I encourage all my kids. I think it's good for them to be present and see what people do and how they can serve.
Do you work directly with Jordan?
No.
Have you ever?
No.
Has he ever helped you on any projects?
No.
What is Jordan's role with the company?
I don't know. He moves around.
Does he have a title?
No, not that I know of.
Did he ever have a title?
I'm not big on titles. So I don't know.
And who does he report to?
I don't know.
We talked briefly, we mentioned earlier the LuLaRoe Facebook account.
I don't know.
There is a Facebook account?
I have no idea.
And they have an Instagram account.
Yes, I do know that.
And who's responsible for maintaining that?
I already answered that question. I have no idea.
Do you ever update it?
No.
Do you ever give instructions to update?
No.
Who's responsible for social media more generally within LuLaRoe?
There's a team.
Who's on the team?
Oh, it vacillates from whether it has to do with product or has, I don't know, they're probably, I mean, it goes anywhere from, I don't know, there's groups of people.
Is there one person that's responsible primarily for social media?
I have no idea. Justin Lyon, I already told you that is his new department role place. I don't know if he's in charge of that. I don't think he is. But he's part of the social media team.
And that was, it sounded pretty recent that you
Yes.
joined that.
Like, real recent.
Did he replace anyone?
No.
If you had a question about social media and LuLaRoe's social media, who would you go to?
I don't know. Probably one of my kids.
Which one?
No, I mean, like maybe. But if it was you're talking LuLaRoe?
Yes.
Oh, no, not one of my kids. There's a girl named Tanya, but again, I don't know. I know there's several people that work on that. On it for us. I don't know.
Do you know Tanya's last name?
Yamas.
How do you spell that?
Lamas. But I don't think she's, I don't even know if she's in charge. I don't think she's in charge of that. I mean, I don't know.
Are LuLaRoe employees trained on the use of social media?
No. I think the people that are doing social media are, but not as a whole.
So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 106, which for the record is bait stamp LLR-WA 0004256 and is titled Chat with Brittany, Justin, Art, Kim, Kenny, Sadie, Lisa, Lindsay, Shannon, Megan, and then I believe it's cut off, and is a chat from your iPhone dated May 1st, 2017. Is that correct?
Is that where it is, right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you recognize this chat?
No?
Does it look to be a record of a chat, a text chat from your phone?
I send out lots of chats.
Okay.
It's a lot easier for me to do.
So it sounds like you use chat more than email.
Texting. Text groups.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was sent during some event?
Probably. It was. We usually do a leadership during May, so this is May. So I'm not sure when that leadership was.
Then if you could turn to page 36 of the chat.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
They
long
just
one.
kept going on and on. They do. That's hilarious. Oh.
Actually, why don't we go to page 34 and 35 first.
Okay.
It looks like on page 34 and 35, different people on the chat are sending pictures of a group of women, and it looks to me like you're there in front in a long black and white dress. Mm-hmm. Everyone's in black and white. Does that refresh your recollection of what event might have
No.
happened around this time?
No, we
No?
take a lot of pictures, but I'm trying to refresh my memory.
Okay, if you could turn to page 36.
Does the dates change? Anyway.
So page
don't see.
36. Okay, so then the first item on the agenda, it says 9 to 9:45, social media with Kristen. Do you know what that refers to?
No.
Do you know of someone within LuLaRoe named Christian?
Yes, but he doesn't work for us anymore.
Did he work for you back in 2017?
Yes.
And what was his role?
I don't know all of it.
What was-
I don't know all of it.
What was his last name? Was it Christian Cannon?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I have two other Christians. So I'm going, what the heck was his name?
To your recollection, was Christian ever responsible for training retailers on social media?
He, from the pictures that I've seen on his personal social media, he's really great at photography. So he may have, and he's got a lot of followers, so he may have shared ideas on what they could do.
And what social media is that
I
that
don't
you've
know.
seen on his social media?
His personal one. I remember when he had his babies and he would show the pictures. I mean, you know, what kind of circulated. Oh my gosh, look at Christian's picture of his new baby. And
Was that on his Facebook account or his Instagram account?
probably Instagram on his phone.
So you don't recall Christian teaching social media at the cruise?
I wasn't there.
Were you on this cruise?
Yes. I didn't attend probably most of these. The only ones I attended was Q&A, Deanne and Mark.
So that's the halfway through the agenda, 1 to 1:45 and 2 to 2:05, Deanne and Mark Q&A.
Yes.
Was that regular? Was a Q&A something that would regularly happen on the cruises?
No.
Why was there a Q&A on this cruise?
I mean, it happens. And so the minute somebody says, hey, could we do a Q&A? Sure. We'll send out a group text. But it's not like it's planned ahead of time. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, if anybody's got some, they love being around anybody and everyone that's from the home office.
What type of questions did you get at the Q&A?
How fast can I get my order? How come I can't get what I want? Could we have a line that says just black and white and brown and navy? They ask the silliest questions over and over again. And you're like, you have an opportunity to be with it. One of the questions is, we receive paper boxes. What should we do with them? Mark goes, send them to be recycled. That's what we do. So, who knows?
Looking up above the question and answer a bit, it says 1 to 2 p.m. men's chat. Do you know what that refers to?
Yeah.
What
yes.
is that?
Men's chat. Men got together to talk about how they can better support their wives. What do you do? Oh, I wash the dishes and I take out the trash and I get the kids to bed while my wife is going live. Oh, okay, maybe I should do that too.
Is that something that would regularly happen on the cruise?
No.
Did you attend that?
Mm-mm.
Did someone from LuLaRoe home office attend?
I have no idea.
You said how to better support the wives. Was that specifically for spouses of retailers, or
They
were
are
male retailers
always-
attending as well?
Anybody can attend. The guys probably pulled up their own class. Hey, let's get together in the bar and have a Q&A while we can watch the football scene that's going on up there. I mean,
Looking a little bit further down on the agenda, it says Blaze Deck 4 forward, 1 to 1:45, Sugar Mama's training time. Do you know what that refers to? Is Sugar Mama's a team?
maybe.
Then below that it says 2 to 3:30 p.m. Brittany Hunter team time. Is Brittany Hunter a retailer?
Yeah, she's on this group.
Yeah. So is that a time for her to get together with her team then?
Yes. I would assume. I don't know what she did.
And then at the bottom it says Jazz Deck 4 forward, 12 to 1 p.m. Mobile boutiques using in-home mobile. Do you know what that refers to?
People buy trailers and they travel around.
And so was that a training on how to do that?
I don't know. I didn't attend it. We don't get involved in that kind of thing. I think that's a lot of work, but hey.
Then if we could turn to page 13 of this chat.
Which one?
Page 13.
Sorry. She's in charge of the cruises.
What's her last name?
Sanchez.
Does she still work for LuLaRoe?
Yes.
How long has she worked for LuLaRoe?
I don't know. Maybe 3 years.
Has she been responsible for the cruises that whole time?
I have no idea.
Did you attend the private shopping event that
Yes.
she's referring to?
Yes.
And what was that event?
It was on the cruise ship, and they had all the stores open if anybody wanted to go shopping. It was just fun to wander and look and see. It was the ship's version of, hey, could we invite you? Yeah, sure.
And it sounds like mentors and execs were invited.
Sure, that's what that came from the ship.
And what does execs refer to?
I don't know.
Why was it the invitation limited to mentors and execs?
I don't know. You'll have to call the ship. Most of the time on these things, I am so worn out and overwhelmed, and I just go with the flow. They plan things. Hey, go to the top deck, meet with a cruise captain.
You can put that one aside. Then we're going to look at Exhibit 64. put that one down. Can I get XX? It's going to be the very last one.
One oh seven.
So
Thank you.
so you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 107, which is base numbered LLR-W00042656, and looks like it's another chat text from your iPhone dated September 28th, 2017. Does that look right?
Yes.
Okay. Oliver refers to.
Yes.
Who?
His name is Oliver Luckett. He lives in Iceland.
He lives in Iceland? Is he a LuLaRoe employee?
No,
Is he a consultant?
he was at the time. He's not now.
So he's someone that LuLaRoe hired?
Yes.
Okay. Did LuLaRoe hire him for social media trainings?
We hired him to do a few things, but I don't know exactly, and that's why he didn't stay on. He didn't do what he said he was going to do.
What did he say he was going to do?
He was supposed to teach us social media. You know,
And teach us. Who do you mean us? Okay. You can put that one down. Does LuLaRoe do anything to attract prospective retailers?
no.
How does LuLaRoe get new retailers?
Word of mouth.
Does LuLaRoe expect or encourage retailers to recruit new retailers for their downlines?
I think it's important to always be thinking of ways to help other people.
And one way to help other people is to encourage them to become a LuLaRoe retailer?
No, if they feel like there's a need, they don't want to go back to work after having a baby, or they've got a husband that's sick, or a relative, or a family member. If they know that they've got an ability to make money sitting in their home, then this could be a blessing into their families' lives.
And so LuLaRoe encourages retailers to help people by encouraging them to become retailers?
No.
Objection misstates.
Why do you think it's important to help people in the context of becoming a LuLaRoe retailer?
Because I did it for 27 years and raised 7 children. Went through a divorce, became a single mom with 7 children, and managed to take care of my family while being able to do this from home.
Does LuLaRoe provide any guidelines or policies for retailers with respect to recruiting prospective retailers?
I'm sure there is. I don't know exactly.
Where would you look to find out whether there are any policies?
I would look in the policies and procedures.
Is that a specific document?
Yes.
Policies and procedures for retailers?
Yes.
Is that something that retailers sign at the outset of becoming a retailer?
You would have to ask my counsel. I have no idea exactly how it is done. I'm sure there's a contract. I just don't know exactly.
Do retailers ever ask you for advice on how to build their team?
Yes.
And what do you say?
Get to the form. Overbroad.
Yeah. I give them advice.
And what sort of advice do you give?
Talk to people. Tell them what you do. And if they perk up and say they're interested, then you can answer more questions.
What do you mean, tell them what you do?
I buy wholesale. I sell retail. People come to my home. I can sell online. I can do events. This is how I make money. And if they say, oh my gosh, I want to do that too, okay, let me show you how I do it.
Do you ever encourage retailers to tell prospective retailers how much money they make?
No. Retailers are smart. They can see the wholesale price and the suggested minimum advertised price, and they know the difference and what the profit margin is.
Do you ever encourage retailers to share how much they made in a particular bonus check?
No.
2015, and your testimony is that it only happened for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
2014. Yeah. It only happened a couple of weeks?
Yes, I only did these a couple of weeks.
Did anyone else ever host them?
I don't know.
The story that you would share?
That is the story, because that is my story.
And it says the call was held every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Does that sound right?
Yes. But again, I only did it for a couple of weeks because I realized half the time I forgot about the call. And I was either buying fabric or down meeting with our sewers whatsoever. So I realized, you know, I'm not very consistent.
Do you know how many people typically attended the call? And was it a call or was it a
Just a
video
call.
conference? Just a call.
Yeah. They'd call in. And the whole conversation was just me telling my story about how I did it.
Okay, you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 109, which is dates numbered LLR-WA 000234438. It's an email from LuLaRoe to Jody Keach. Subject is LuLaRoe opportunity call today, and it's dated April 3rd, 2014. And you're not on this email, but just wanted to ask a couple of questions. Who was Jody Keach? What was her role?
She's a coach, but at the time she was probably just a retailer. When I say just, I don't think she was, as you know, hadn't gotten to another rank in her business.
So it looks like Jody was planning on handling the LuLaRoe opportunity call that day.
Yes.
Is that something that would often happen, that retailers would be asked to handle it?
Sometimes. I don't remember exactly, but their stories were pretty awesome.
And then it attaches the LuLaRoe Fashion Consultant Business Overview document, and it says for your reference. Is that something that would often be covered on the opportunity calls?
No, I think she just asked for it.
Do you recall her asking for it?
No.
Are you familiar with the business opportunity or the business overview document?
Well, it says right here it's from Kenny Brady, so I didn't send that.
Sure, but if you could turn to that second page, the LuLaRoe Fashion Consultant Business Overview. Have you seen this before?
Nope.
You've never looked at it?
Nope. Maybe tarot. I don't know. I don't even know where this came from.
What'd you say? Maybe
I
tarot?
don't know. I'm like, I have no idea. It's from 2014.
Okay, you can put that one down. So you've been handed what's all dated April 8th, 2014 from Elizabeth Reed to info LuLaRoe. And it starts out by saying, thank you so much for joining us on our LuLaRoe opportunity call. You just heard Deanne Stidham, president and founder, tell you about the LuLaRoe story, the business opportunity, and what the next steps are in becoming a LuLaRoe fashion consultant. Have you ever seen an email like this before?
No.
Was it when the opportunity calls were taking place, was it a regular practice to send a follow-up email to the participants?
I have no idea. I think it's pretty smart.
Why is it pretty smart?
Well, because if people don't know what to do next, they can get on a call. People like to have a conversation. They want to talk to the company direct. So they probably, you know, there were people that were just anxious to be a part of this business. And they still are,
Why?
because it's a great business. It's a great opportunity for families who want to bring in extra income. They can work hard and they see their benefits.
Before you jump to another line, just maybe when you break for lunch, because it's almost 12:30.
Yeah, I think I'm almost done with this subject, and then we can break for lunch. Yeah. Have you ever told a retailer to focus more on building their downline than on sales?
Not that I recall. But if they've built a downline, I don't want them to neglect their downline either. You brought them in. I feel there's a moral responsibility to help them do their best.
What are the retailer's responsibilities to the downline?
Oh, I think it's a responsibility to call and check on them, see how they can help them. Give them encouragement, give them suggestions.
Anything else? Okay, I think we can take a break for lunch now.
Off the record, the time is 12:27 p.m.
Are we good doing a quick